Hello, 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 my beloved souls. So today we have a special pick a card reading. 2023 is right around the corner, and I want to just make sure that you guys are all the way prepped and ready to go and getting ready for all the blessings and the manifestations and the miracles and all the deliciousness that's coming into your life. So we have three piles to choose from. Pile one is the green aventurine. Love, 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 love it. Pile two is beautiful clear quartz, right? The Master Healer is like the everything stone. And then pile three with citrine, the happiness stone, right? Joy, prosperity, luck, abundance. All of these stones are just here to serve your highest and greatest good. So just take a minute, take a breath, sit with the energy, connect with your intuition, and just see which pile you're drawn to that's going to serve you the most at this time, right? Is it pile one? Is it going to be pile two? Or is it going to be pile three? And again, these messages are going to address our blessings, miracles, abundance, love, things that we have to look forward to as 2023 approaches. It is raining where I'm at in the world, and you know that means it's always time for purification and clarity and just cleansing and healing. So I hope that I can get through this reading for you without getting rained out. If not, I might have to come back to it. All the files will be timestamped below them. So love you, love you, love you. And let's get to it. Hello, 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 Pile One. All right, you picked the green aventurine, so let's get into your reading. I've already meditated on your cards, pre-shuffled them. I'm going to pull a couple of cards live, but I wanted to do it early because if not, we'd be here all day. And I mean all day. So the first thing we have is the beautiful owl spirit coming in. Listen, right, born owl. Maybe this is some of you guys' spirit animals, but owls allow us to see very clearly 360 degrees and as clearly during the sunshine as it is at night, right? So this is really you being able to see through the darkness, see through the the fray, the illusion of this world, right? And to see things with crystal clear clarity from the divine, right? And so this is an energy of looking at things from a different perspective, looking at the big picture of everything and tapping into the divine so that you can perceive in this instance your best interest, right? So that you can really hear and sense things, right? Owls, they tend to look like they have like these really small ears, but they can hear far off, they can see far off, they can turn their heads 360 degrees, right? So I feel like you're going to be taking a look at everything as it's coming into this year and getting these beautiful intuitive prompts and guidances to really help push you forward. Tapping into your intuition is going to serve you in such magnanimous ways, ways that you probably not even realized before. Even if you happen to be someone who's super like intuitive in general, this is going to be new activations for you. Look at this heart in the background, right? So really opening your heart and allowing your soul to speak from that level, right? And really looking at things through the eyes of heaven, really looking at things through the eyes of heaven. Some of you may be working with like fire and candle magic for your manifestations. You see how that he's holding like a scroll right here. So really writing things down might be working for you. So you may want to practice maybe writing your manifestations, your goals, your dreams down on a piece of paper, right? Like really channeling your energy into it. And then once you feel really connected, burning it and allowing the smoke to carry those prayers, those manifestations, those dreams up into the heavens. Beautiful energy to start with. I love this for you, Pile One. I love it. I love it. I love it. We have also dive under the surface. Yes, it's a orca energy, right? Still waters run deep, right? So we want to get below the surface of things and we want to look at things deeper. And I love that because I just came up with the owl, right? The owl is about seeing through the darkness with crystal clear clarity, right? It's the same thing with this orca energy, right? We're looking into the emotions. The water represents emotions when it comes to the tarot, right? So we really want to tap into our emotions and look and see why are we feeling the ways that we're feeling, right? Triggers lead to our healing. Healing leads to our activation, right? So why do we feel the things that we're doing? Leaning into it instead of running from it, instead of burying it, instead of pushing it in the closet. No, we're going to lean into our emotions. We're going to see things from a different perspective, right? We're going to go deeper and not be so shallow about things, right? We're going to really stop looking at things at a surface level and looking deeper. And not only just how we're perceiving things outside of us, but really looking deeper within ourselves. Again, with the energy of triggers, right? Triggers lead to our healing. So, what do we need to know? What do we need to see? What's being activated within us at this time, right? What are these emotions guiding us towards? What is it teaching us? What is it showing us? Also, orcas communicate through like song and sound, right? So, for some of you, you may be guided to start sharing your voice, sharing your songs. Like maybe there's a song that you haven't sung, or maybe you want to be a singer, and this is an indication like this is your time to really step forward on that platform. Singer, rapper, poet, songwriter, producer, director, actor, actress, whatever that is, right? Really channeling that creative energy through your voice. And even writing is the sound of your voice, right? I mean, it is your voice, it's just on paper. So really activating those. Maybe you need to start a YouTube channel, right? Or you're gonna be going live on like Instagram or Facebook, or channeling energies. Maybe you're working more with like the Sanskrit stuff, so Om and things like that. I feel, yeah, I really felt that vibrate within me. So for some of you, you might just want to start connecting more with like chakra meditations and doing the sounds that come with the different mudras, right? So while you're meditating and stuff like that, those things are really going to be activating you as you come into this beautiful year. It's such a powerful energy. I love all these beautiful animals that are showing up to you for you. Slide into joy, river otter. I love it. So more water energy coming in. So I feel like for this group, right, pile one, you're really going to be tapping into your emotions this year, right? Your emotions are really being activated for you to be aware of where you're at on your path, right? Our emotions are like our soul's GPS. So when we're feeling good and we're high vibrational and joyous and at peace and that calm and that bliss, it shows us when we're on path, right? But when we start dealing with like discord and angst and dissolution and arguments and dis-ease and illness showing up in our body, it shows that we're off path, right? So this is an indication that you're just going to be really allowing yourself to feel more this year. And as you're feeling more, you're feeling into the flow of things. You're feeling into the bliss of things. You're feeling into your joy, right? You see how they look like they're just like playing? It looks like they're playing in like ribbons and they're just kind of like wrestling and having fun. So I feel like this is a very childlike energy also coming in. So maybe you guys just need to play more, have a little bit more fun, do the things that bring some joy into your life. What does that look like for you? Right? Is it going for a walk, going for a run, going for a massage, going to the movies, hanging out with friends, traveling, reading, taking a bath, getting out into nature? Definitely water energy is going to be super healing and cleansing for you. So get into a body of water if you can, right? Depending on where you live in the world, that may not always be easy, but do what you can. Rivers, oceans, streams, lakes, right, will all be super activating for you. If you can't do it, weather permitting, or just because of where you're at geographically, try to take a bath, right, with like some salt in it, a salt bath, or take a shower and imagine that water energy just being crystalline, like light energy just pouring over you and cleansing you and grounding you and purifying your system, right? And you're going to get a lot of clarity. I'm sure you guys know, right? It's like you'll be stuck in the middle of a thought and get all frustrated, and you'll get up and go take a shower, and all of a sudden you're in the shower and you have like 900 epiphanies, right? It's that same type of energy, right? But having this joy in your heart is really going to help you to manifest and to activate all these blessings that are coming into your life in a much grander and easier way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So one of my favorite movies in the world is Mary Poppins, the original one, right? Obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. So look at this. A spoonful of sugar. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Love, 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 love this. So marshmallow energy. So being easy on yourself, right? Doing things and adding a little sweetness into your life, right? I love like all the pillows, all the softness, right? And all these pillows are holding up this gorgeous cake. Now, normally we'd not set a cake on top of pillows, right? Because things would be kind of imbalanced and we'd be scared that it would tumble over. But here, all this softness, all this cushion, all this comfort is giving us a foundation for some of the sweeter things that we want in our life. So I feel like you just kind of have to soften up this year, right? Don't be so rigid. Don't be so stuck on the past or doing things the tried and true way, right? Maybe you want to do things a little different. Maybe you want to spice things up. It's also giving me like wedding cake energy. So maybe some of you are getting married this year, right? Congratulations. That's going to be a huge step, a huge, huge step. But I feel like it's just showing with the whisk and the spoons and the spatula here that you can create a life that brings you joy. You can create a life that brings you sweetness. You can create a life that brings you bliss and harmony and peace and just deliciousness. Hold on, I think. Sorry, guys, it's raining, so I think a raindrop just dropped on the computer screen. Because all of a sudden I got blurry. All right. Oh, carnelian. That's a beautiful stone that you may want to get with this year, right? Red carnelian. Get curious. So the red carnelian stone is really connected to our root chakra. It helps to give us this, it helps to activate the safety, the security, the stability, the abundance in our life, right? And look at all these beautiful beings connecting. Look at how the globe is connected there, right? So we're all connected at the core, right? Within our root, we're all connected. Our root chakra is directly connected to Gaia. We're all connected to Gaia, right? We're all incarnated on this earth and connecting our energies at every single point. So I feel like as you ground down deeper within yourself and within your soul, it's like the world is opening up to you. It's almost like they're showing you scrolls on almost like a map, right? So as you're activating and healing and grounding your energies down, working with the carnelian, working with Gaia, it's going to open up the world for you. What looks to be kind of like far off places, once you open up that map, you're going to see you have access to it. I feel like some of you are going to be relocating. Um, and like big relocations, right? So maybe you're moving from like East Coast to the West Coast or from Europe to Asia or something like that. Like I feel like it's gonna be like kind of like huge, almost like culture shock shifts. Um, or some of you are just gonna be activating more travel. Travel is gonna be huge for you this year and bringing you activations and bringing you healings and bringing you clarity and bringing you um messages. For some of you, that's also this energy of connecting with like some of the sacred sites. So maybe you're going to be connecting with Gaia chakras and going to the different healing points throughout the globe, right? Maybe you're being guided to go to Giza or Stonehenge or Sedona or Mount Shasta or any of the places like that, right? Traveling is going to be big on your list this year. And the more curious you are about life and the deeper you go down the rabbit hole, the more is going to be revealed to you. Yeah, I'm looking at these domes down here as well. So that's giving me this energy of, almost giving me the energy of like Morocco or Turkey. Where are you being called to? There's a reason that you're drawn to certain sacred sites. There's a reason that you're drawn to certain cultures and certain time periods. There's answers and activations in there. So I feel like as you're unfolding more of these knowledges and awarenesses and you're going deeper down the rabbit hole, it's going to activate more within yourself and you have a remembrance coming in for you. It's really powerful, really beautiful. Solitude, yes, taking some time for ourselves, right? Like sitting in the stillness and the silence so that we can hear the sound of our own voice, so that we can trust in the messages that we're receiving from the divine, right? So as we're getting these intuitive downloads, it's activating us, right? And look at this beautiful full moon in the back, right? The truth always comes out in the light, right? So I feel like as you're sitting in the stillness and the quiet, you're you're seeing things a little bit more clearly. You're hearing things with a little bit more clarity. Again, with that owl energy. It doesn't matter if the sun is shining or it's pitch black at night because of the freaking like new moon and it seems like there's nothing in the sky. You're going to have an awareness. You're going to be able to see clearly. You're going to be able to know. I feel like for those of you who have maybe not been too in tune with your intuitive powers, right? Your divine feminine energy and intuition is going to be heightened this year. You are going to see, sense, feel, and know things at a deeper level than you ever have before. This year is going to be very transformative for you. Very transformative for you. It's going to lead you deeper to a deeper level of yourself, of your own knowledge, your own wisdom, of your own understanding, and the connection that you have with the divine. It's gorgeous. I love this for you. Non-duality, let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at both. Again, this intuition, that's our divine feminine, energy tapping in. I really feel you guys this coming year. One of the major blessings that are coming into your life is you being able to tap into your emotions and your inner guidance in a way that you haven't before, and that activating you and really transforming your life. Some of you are really going to be tapping into your psychic and spiritual skills, and it's going to change the way you manifest. It's going to change the way you live. It's going to change the way you show up in the world. And it's beautiful because the more you open up to yourself, the more of this world you have like coming into you. It's like you're going to become a magnet for beauty, for grace, for abundance, for prosperity, for victory, for winning. You're being really guided and supported right now. And for a lot of you, you're getting your revelations and your answers in sleep state, right? I feel like some of you have been astral traveling. So you may be feeling exhausted when you wake up, right? And that's because when you're sleeping, you're doing a lot on the other side of the realm, right? Working with like the beings of, divine light and kind of giving them information as to what's going on in this earth plane while you're sleeping, right? Traveling to different parts of your soul and doing some soul retrievals and soul healings as well. I'm getting from this. Really staying grounded and centered is really going to help you this year. Move forward and tap into your emotions and kind of guide your path. And the more curious you are and the deeper that you go down these pathways and through these gateways and these activations, it's going to be activating you in every area of your life. Like your relationships are going to look different. Your health is going to look different. The way you're showing up in the world is going to look different, right? Because you're feeling and sensing and like tasting and seeing things in a whole new way, and you're really coming in to alignment with yourself. It is such a beautiful gift. I love it. Look, again, emotions. I've had a lot of that come out already, right? I release strong emotions. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can easily access all of my feelings. Let me bless and release anger, resentment, or bitterness. May I release any emotions that block happiness and contentment. Yes. So you're going to be doing a lot of healing and a lot of clearing this year that allows you to bring abundance, victory, joy, divine well-being into your world. And it's a beautiful thing. We really want to feel into this energy and lean into it so that you can go through it, right? The only way out is through. So as these emotions are coming up, and we've been dealing with that a lot this year already, but I feel like you guys still have like a couple of layers that just need to kind of be cracked open, right? It's just like a little tweak here or there. And as we're moving further into these energies, as you're tapping into these emotions, as you're allowing yourself the grace to feel it and to move forward, you're making space for the new. You're making space for your happily ever after. You're making space for your joy, right? And so this beautiful rain behind me right now really supporting this message and us just cleansing and washing away the things that are no longer serving us, right? With perfect love and perfect grace, right? And gratitude. Like I'm thankful that I get to release these energies. I'm thankful that I get to move forward. I'm thankful that this trigger came up because it's showing me somewhere where I was blocked, somewhere where I was holding myself back, somewhere where I was getting in my own way, right? And now I get to release it with love and gratitude and move forward and make space for what is truly mine: abundance, prosperity, love, well-being, joy, peace, harmony. Beautiful. Again, you see how they're sitting? We want to stay grounded and centered. All right. Really important this year to just stay grounded and centered. What does that look like for you? If you don't meditate, you may want to, right? You may prayer, meditation, yoga. What does your spiritual practice look like, and how can you move forward into it even more? Pick something, right? Pick something. It took me a long time to learn how to meditate, guys. It took me a long time to learn how to meditate. I'm a New Yorker. I do things in the New York minute, and me sitting in stillness was not on the list, right? And so find what it looks like for you, right? Maybe it's not sitting just in stillness, like in this butterfly pose. Maybe it's going for a walk or going for a run or cooking or cleaning. There are different forms of meditation. Listening to music, showering. There are different forms of meditation, but pick something that works for you so you can clear your mind, you can clear your thoughts. And also journaling is going to be super helpful to you guys this year, right? We want to give our emotions a place to go. So journaling it out, guess what? Now it has a platform. Now it has a voice. Now it has space to go. All right? Perfect. What did I say? The year of victory and prosperity coming in. That's 2023 for everybody. Prosperity. I am trusting. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows you alone are the source of all prosperity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me live in gratitude, trusting every need is handled. That alone is true wealth. Woo! I love that. That alone is true wealth. Just as the Most High will provide for all the sparrows of the earth, and they don't wake up every day trying to figure out, am I going to eat? Am I going to have a place to live? No, they know that as they wake up, all their needs are going to be met. This is the energy that is available to you. Know that all your needs are met ahead of time, and be open to grace, to miracles, to blessing. God blesses me every day with grace. God blesses me every day with miracles. God blesses me every day with abundance. And then walk in that truth and allow the things that you need to be added unto you. Right? We don't need to chase our blessings. In actuality, our blessings are chasing us down. We just need to be open and receptive to it. And look at all these freaking hands. Right? Let's open all the hands, all the prosperity, so that we can get all the blessings that are available to us. And we're blessed to be a blessing. Right? You have so many blessings coming in for you, you're not going to be able to hold it on, which is fantastic because then you get to share with your tribe, right? Your community, with your loved ones. It's such a gorgeous energy. So excited for you. You got healing coming in, you got money coming in. Not just money, but because of all the coins in that card, I had to bring it up. Beauty. Beauty coming in. Okay. I am a spark of divinity. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Look at all these beautiful butterflies. All the transformation coming in for you. I love it. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows without question my own beauty, worthiness, and desirability. Let me remember constantly who I am, love itself in a temporary human form. Love itself in a temporary human form. This is who you are, right? You're a unique expression of the divine. You are the child of the Most High God. You are God in the flesh. You were born worthy, deserving, and loved. You were born that way. We sometimes think that we need to earn God's love, or we need to do all these things, or pray a certain way, or go to a certain church, temple, synagogue, and if we don't, do it to the left, or the right, at this hour, and kind of tilt our heads, it's not going to happen. That's not true, right? You're born worthy and deserving. Some of us were raised with a distorted truth, thinking that we were born into sin, right? And so that we have to spend our whole life kind of like earning God's forgiveness, but that is not true. We were born perfect in the eyes of the divine. We punish ourselves, we judge ourselves, we criticize ourselves, and humans are great at coming up with stuff to limit themselves or block them off from the energy of the divine. But there is nothing blocking us except our own thoughts. And once we release that and we step into the beauty and the truth of who and what we really are, we get to be open to these blessings. We get to transform. We get to heal. We get to release the old stories and the old paradigms and step into the truth of who we are. So transforming at a really deep level for you, right? Remembering who and whose you are coming in. This is brilliant. Sacred self, yes. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my true worth in every moment. Let me experience that I am love. My own sacred self will always draw kindred spirits, right? So again, for some of you, you may want to start taking up yoga. I think that's a yoga pose, Pilates, all the things. Doing something, really moving your body this year is going to help you to kind of change your energy and change your vibration. It's going to energize some of you, right? Some of you just need to kind of like move around a lot, and again, give that energy somewhere to go, right? We want to move the energy through us. We don't want it sitting there blocking our chakras, holding us up, causing dis-ease and illnesses to form. Definitely not. Um, but another message for many of you is that you're going to be connecting with your soul tribe, right? Soul family coming through. So whether you're connecting with people here at the High Vibe Tribe, we love you so much for being here and joining us, or just you calling it in, asking, the divine to bring in your soul tribe, your soul family, people that understand your truth and that are on the same path as you and that are going to pour into you and add on to you and that can teach you and help you ascend and grow and love and be the best version of yourself and support your goals and your dreams. A lot of that is going to be happening this year because you are taking time to deal with your emotions. You're taking time to heal and to release things, and you're making space, right? You're making space. And as you nourish, cherish, honor, and value yourself, you then reflect that out into the universe and you draw people in who are going to cherish, honor, and love on you in the same sense, right? So that's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous energies. And move those bodies. All right, let's get some healing. Creating cooperation. Just take a second to sit with the sacred geometry. All right. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. So this is allowing others to do their part as well, knowing that we don't have to do everything, right? When we try to do everything and be everything to everybody, right? One, we end up miserable because we're trying to be people pleasers and that's not healthy. But two, we can't do everything. And when you're trying to do everything and trying to control everything, that is a sign of insecurity because you're not trusting in others. We need to trust others to do their part, right? You show up and be the best version of yourself and allow others to be the best versions of themselves. But you trying to do everything is going to leave you exhausted, frustrated, angry, resentful, bitter, and that is not the energy we need to bring into 2023. So this is a year where you kind of got to take a step back and do what's best for you and allow others to do their part as well and stop trying to be everything to everybody. You're going to have to set some boundaries this year. You're going to have to understand that no is a complete sentence and allow people to do what they need to do so you can do what you need to do, right? And not feel guilty about it, right? Not feel guilty you're not killing yourself, exhausting yourself, trying to help everybody. You can't be everything to everybody, and that's okay. And being okay with the fact that you can't be everything to everybody. Right? It's okay. Like sometimes you have to rest. Sometimes you have to take a break. Sometimes you gotta study. Sometimes you gotta eat. Sometimes you gotta sleep. Sometimes you gotta say no. Right? And yeah, there will be people in your life that show up and try to make you feel guilty and all the things because you decided to stand your ground or to prioritize yourself. But guess what? If they're not for you, they're against you, and you get to keep moving. All right? You're going to be fine. Again, unhooking the past. Take a minute to sit with the sacred geometry. All right? There's nothing to regret when I learn from my past. Baby, there is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. There is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. I don't do regrets. It is what it is. It was what it was. What was said, what was said. What was done, what was done. Time to move on. I don't do regrets. I find it to be a waste of an emotion. You cannot change the past. We can look at it, right, from a different perspective, knowing that it can no longer hurt us or affect us and we get the lessons from it, but we're not going to change anything about it, right? It's time to move on. So look back. What did I learn? What did I need to learn? Why did that situation come up? Okay, and how can I move forward so I'm not creating that energy again into my now moment or moving into my future, right? I don't want to manifest that shit again. So how can I learn from the past so that I'm not on a hamster wheel doing the same cycle over and over again, right? Telling the same story but with different character names every time it plays out. No, it's time to move on and let it go. All right, that's this beautiful energy coming in for you. So learning from your past, healing through your emotions, activating the beauty within you, opening to prosperity. Beautiful. This is a beautiful gift coming in for you this year. I love this for you. Pride. I love myself and see myself in everyone. More sacred geometry for you to sit with. Right? And you should love yourself, right? That's that same energy of beauty coming in. Right? Knowing that you are loved beyond measure because you're a child of the Most High God. You were born loved. That's it. Right? And we can see ourselves reflected in the people around us. And so if the things that you're seeing you're not really liking, what do you need to change within so that you're getting a better example without? Because as within, so without, right? These are our brothers and sisters, and these are a part of our spirits. Sometimes you don't have to like all of God's children, but everyone plays a part, as we just saw. So how can we honor and respect that part? What is it meant to teach us, right? Even the trauma, the drama, the pain, the discord, the criminals, everyone has a part to play in helping us to learn the lessons that we came to learn on this earth school to grow, evolve, ascend, and expand. So what are you learning from these situations? That's this. What do you need to learn? How can you open up to learn and embrace these lessons so that you can move forward towards your happily ever after, so you can move forward onto your highest and greatest timeline, so you can move forward onto your purpose and mission and be the best version of you possible, right? That's where we're at. Look at that coming in. Spiritual growth. Yeah, that's what this is all about, right? Growing, evolving, ascending, and that's what you're doing big time this year. So, pile ones, this is going to be a super big year for you to activate and heal through your emotions. You're going to be activating a lot of your spiritual gifts and talents, right? A lot of which is going to lead you to your prosperity and abundance. And it is through your emotions that you're going to be given this guidance. So really tapping into your emotions, allowing yourself to feel this year, not pushing it down, not hiding it in the closet, not running away, but really feeling things. And I'm not talking about we're going to build a freaking house in the land of depression and try to live there. No, I'm talking about you're going to honor what's coming up for you at that moment, the reasons for it, whether it's your anger or your sadness or your joy, whatever it is, you're going to give it time. You're going to give it a platform. You're going to give it space to be what it is. And then we're going to move through it, right? Life is cyclical. So we're just there for a second. We're going to feel it. Okay, what do I need to learn? What do I need to shift? How can I move past this? And then we're going to take our power back and we're going to do something about it, right? For those of you who've worked with me in coaching, you know this is what we do. We like hold our hands and we guide each other, right? We lead each other, we expand because there's lessons in our day to day, right? So that is the same energy. It's like, what are we learning? How is this helping us to grow as a soul? That's what we all came in here to, right? To grow as souls. It's a powerful, powerful part of our lives. Oh, it's beautiful love energy coming in. Express your love. So open up your hearts, right? Really speak your truth. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So for some of you, this is what you need to do. You need to shoot your shot, right? Let people know how you feel. Good, bad, or indifferent. See what happens. But you'll never know if you never say anything, right? And so we're tapping into our emotions. We're seeing how we feel. We're going to move forward with it and see where it takes us, see where it leads us. Know that we're deserving of this love. We're deserving of romance. We're deserving of connections at a really deep, intimate level, right? This is you. You deserve it. You deserve it. So for some of you, you're going to be, if you happen to be single, right, or maybe in a situationship, right, you're going to be activating new love codes within you, right, and opening yourself up and being a little bit more vulnerable and authentic. But that's going to lead you to a greater level of love, right? Not only with another person, but the love within yourself. Always, self love is always the first love, right? We're always going to start with it, and then we can reflect it back out. Look, and look, all this healing, all these emotions that you're releasing, ancestral stuff that you're doing, right? Break the change, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. This is why all these emotions and all this healing is coming up, right? So some of it is your own karma from this lifetime, but a lot of the stuff that you're healing and that's coming up right now is ancestral, right? And it's coming up to the surface because you're the one that's strong enough to deal with it, and you get to change the game and the guidelines for future generations in your family, right? So your descendants. And as you heal 7 generations backwards and 7 generations forward, right? So you're doing big work right now as you're tapping into these emotions, as you're tapping into your truth, as you're allowing yourself to feel, as you're looking into the darkness with eyes that can see clearly in the dark as well as during the day, right? That's coming in for you. It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Pull a card from the wisdom of the Avalon. Guys, this is going to be a really powerful healing year for you. And this healing is not only going to heal you on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on a physical level, but it's also going to heal your finances. You're going to see your finances start to change and to grow as you're doing these deeper levels of healing. You'd be surprised how we block our own abundance and prosperity in through love, through spirituality, through conversation, right? Like, it's amazing how one thing can lead to so many others and affect so many other areas of our lives. Okay. Angels and guys, what else does Pile 1 need to know for 2023? Okay, I like it. We have, ooh, the spider, creative projects, right? Tapping into your creative sense, right? That water energy is our divine feminine, that's our creativity, right? So spiders, 8 legs, right? Creating the web of life. One, understanding that we're all connected. I think it's so funny because I'm seeing ants as I'm connecting with you guys, right? It's not normally a lot of ants out here, but right now I keep seeing ants. And so right before I got into the reading, I was seeing ants. I looked it up. Answer about community, working together. They're all over the globe. Sometimes we got to take a step back and kind of look at things a little differently, but they thrive and they move forward and they work together as a community. And so I feel this is that same energy. The spider is like you're creating the web of your life, but understanding that you're a part of the greater tapestry. So you have the ability to create the life that you want right now. You have the ability to create your life in your own unique expression and to really move things forward. All right. Allow your creativity to soar. Again, with that energy of the orca, going back to it, a lot of it has to do with the throat chakra, right? So whether you're writing, you're drawing, you're not drawing, you're writing, you're singing, producing, directing, acting, something along those lines, allow your creativity to come forward, right? Allow yourself to speak and to create and to allow your voice to speak through your creations. Okay, sorry. Mercury is retrograde, so forgive me if I sound crazy. And then the Grail Knight, romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. Yes, again, with that energy of the romantic gesture coming in, right? So for some of you, you're going to be coming into these beautiful romantic connections, right? And it's seeking the sacred. So I feel like you're moving away from, my head just started pounding. Wow, crown chakra activations. You're letting go of that illusion of what love is supposed to look like or feel like in a certain way, shape, or form, and looking for something deeper and more sacred. So, for some of you that are already in relationships, right, this just might be you and your divine counterpart having a deeper understanding of each other now in a more spiritual sense. Like maybe you've already been connected, obviously physically if you're together in union, but I feel like you guys are going to be even deeper entwined in like your emotions, really connected at a deeper level. For some of you, you've been manifesting a divine counterpart. You've been manifesting a partner, and you have a divine counterpart coming in, like someone that is a part of like a sacred union. So maybe you've been manifesting a soulmate or a twin flame, but that energy is coming in for you, right? And it's gonna feel different. It's gonna feel pure. It's gonna feel raw. It's gonna feel like a gift from the divine because that's exactly what it is, right? And so open yourself up to romance and to new connections and to kind of being swept off your feet. That beautiful energy is coming in. The knight in shining armor, right? Kind of energy coming in. So, love to the rescue. Okay. All right. Pull from the lights in your deck and get some final messages for my beautiful pile number one. So thank you, angels, and thank you, guides. What else does pile number one need to know? 2023. Any final messages for them? The moon. When we talk about emotions, we're talking about emotions. This whole reading has been tapping into you guys, tapping into your emotions. You gotta feel it to heal it. You gotta feel it to heal it. And again, this full moon energy coming in. So I feel like this year, you're going to be highly affected by the different moon cycles, right? The full moons are going to be very activating. The eclipse seasons are probably going to be very activating for you. Um, This is you meeting up with people that are your kindred spirits. This is you balancing the light and dark within you. This is you healing at a deep emotional level. This is, again, the energy of still waters run deep. It's like You're looking at things at the surface level, and we need to go deeper now to really get to the crux of everything, right? We want to get stuff out at the root, right? And so a lot of this deep healing that's going in is going to be from the ground up, right? We're really diving deep in there to clear and to heal and to cleanse the energies that are going on around us. And it's going to be very freeing, right? I mean, she looks like she's just like kind of floating in the water, but it's very freeing when you're in the water. You know, you're that buoyancy. It's that weightlessness. That's what you're getting from this healing, from these emotions, right? The weightlessness, that freedom, that buoyancy, that the burdens have been released from you, right? It's really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. I love this for you. I love it, love it. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups, right? Reminiscing childhood, healing, um, connecting with our inner child, right? Healing the inner child wounds. That's a lot of what's going to be happening for you this year, Pile 1. So, Pile 1, be open to your healing, be open to feelings, be open to seeing things with crystal clear clarity. Because again, as we're releasing and unblocking and moving away from all of that past, all that heaviness in the past, it is allowing us to open up to romance. It is allowing us to open up to prosperity. And it's allowing us to open up to deeper truths within ourselves. Love, 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 love this for you. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. You're going to be amazing. Definitely comment, like, share, subscribe. Hit me up below because I'm so fascinated. I'm so curious, and I'm definitely here to support you guys. Later, my beloveds. Hello, 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 pile number 2. All right, you're my clear quartz pile, right? Clear quartz, master healer. So clear quartz can activate as any stone, which I love. So it just shows me that you're being a little bit more flexible, that you're open to kind of trying new things. I love this for you for 2023. So let's see what blessings, miracles, highlights, guidance the angels and the guides have for you as you move into this beautiful, beautiful 7 year. First card out, Sea Turtle. Find your element. All right. So moving around, feeling yourself. I feel like some of you may be relocating. Um, it's funny, it's showing it to me almost like a globe behind them, but I feel like some of you might be relocating, maybe towards something that's, from all the colors, it's giving me like Caribbean kind of vibes. So maybe you're moving someplace warmer, um, where you're just going to be around like a lot of coral kind of energies, but it's also the energy of just figuring out where you fit, figuring out where you stand, figuring out who your tribe is. I feel like some of you may have been kind of feeling uncomfortable in your skin because it's like, I don't belong here. Like, this doesn't fit with me. This isn't who I am anymore. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you've been ascending and growing and evolving, right? So, because you're moving to this highest and greatest, to your highest and greatest timeline, because you're shifting to different timelines, the old version of you doesn't work anymore where you're at, right? And so like you're kind of still in the same place, but you're a new version of yourself, and so it doesn't work. It's like picture like you used to wear like a used to be like 300 pounds, and all of a sudden you lose all this weight, and now you're like 180. Your old clothes don't fit anymore. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff, right? So it's that energy of kind of like, let me shift and let me move and let me do things a little differently because I'm not that same person. Like I don't wear a size 16 anymore. Now I'm a size 6. I would look crazy if I walked around in those clothes, right? So now you're just kind of like shifting and moving. So, and also with that sea turtle energy, right? That's that energy, that water energy. So tapping into our emotions. How are you feeling where you're at? I just feel some of you guys just moving forward. Trust in the emotions that you're getting. Some of you even are birthing new things. So many of you may be starting a family, right? And that could be why you need to move as well. Because, and look, it's showing me like little babies over here as well. So you might be moving and relocating to, like, maybe you're moving to a bigger space because you guys are having a family, or maybe you're downsizing because you have like empty nest syndrome going on, whatever it is for you. Um, I really feel like this is more of those giving birth to something. You see how this little one is coming out of an egg, right? So I feel like you're giving birth to something new, whether that is actually a physical child. If it is, congratulations. I love you. I love babies. May God bless them in every sense of the way. Um, but or giving birth to like a new idea, a new format. So maybe even finding your element might be that you're changing job sectors, right? You're doing something different. Maybe you're starting on a new business or a new venture or a new spiritual path or new spiritual guidance, whatever it is. You're moving more towards the truth of who you are instead of who you've been. Okay. Lights in the darkness. I love this. St. John's wort. Okay, we're gonna work with a little St. John's wort, but look at this, right? Even in a cage, the sun is still shining bright. You're not going to be able to stop the sun from shining. That is who you are, right? So while you're finding your element, while you're figuring things out, while you're getting on your own feet, understand that nothing can stop you from shining. And maybe sometimes we create our own kind of false prisons and blockages. This is you. This is just a reminder to you that you have it all, right? Even in the middle of the darkness, even in the middle of the cages, even when we feel trapped, you are still divine light. And I feel like this is going to be a year where you recognize that more than anything, where you're not afraid of the darkness anymore. You're not afraid of your shadow. You're not afraid of going deep and going down the rabbit hole and having to learn the things that you learn, or even having to feel the things that you felt, right? Because that water energy is all about our emotions, right? You're not as scared anymore because you're recognizing that the light is from within. And so no matter what's going on around you, you can still shine bright. And the brighter you shine, I feel like it's breaking open because it looks like what? It looks like that's starting to open up, right? So I feel like the brighter you shine, the more you stand in like the luminosity of your soul, you're gonna be breaking down these old structures and paradigms and freeing yourself, right? And bringing a whole bunch of light to others that are in this darkness. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Ooh, and then we get to come to calm with sodalite. Sodalite is connected often with the throat chakra energy, right? Blue stones often are. So we have this energy of you kind of meditating and being calm, again with this water energy, tapping into our emotions, right? And so maybe we don't want to allow our emotions to get the best of us this year, right? I I can be very emotional, right? But there's a healthy way to express it and there's a non-healthy way to express it, right? This is coming to the space of we want to express ourselves in a healthy manner. We want to take a minute. We want to take a breath. We want to calm down. We don't want to just be reacting to everything, right? We want to take a breath in a moment so that we're responding with crystal clear clarity. And we're speaking our truth and we're activating our throat chakra through empathy, through kindness, through consideration, through compassion, right? And that's going to allow us to transform our world, right? See that beautiful butterfly up there, right? Butterflies are about transformation. So you're really changing at a deep soul level, and even how you're communicating, how you're showing up in the world, right? How you're expressing yourself, how you're seeing yourself, right? Perfect. We have, selenite, sacred center. I love selenite, right? You don't need to cleanse it or charge it. It helps to cleanse and charge everything else. It's really connected with that beautiful new moon energy. But this selenite is bringing balance into our world, right? Bringing a balance between the sun and the moon. So things are going to become a little bit more balanced for you this year, right? Things are weighing things out. We have this beautiful infinity symbol as well, right? So infinite abundance and possibilities and eternity and just that connection that we have. For those of you that are Libras, this might be another message for you because of the scales that we got going on here. But there's a lot of balance that's going to be coming in to your world, balancing your masculine, your feminine, your light and your dark, right? As within, so without, as above, so below. So shifting your energies to finding a place where you're really connecting, coming into balance with yourself, learning to be calm, cool, and centered. This is going to be a year of you really just knowing yourself at a much deeper sense. I feel like this is a year where you're connecting. with your soul self deeper than you ever have before. You're really going to be diving deep into your soul, diving deep into these teachings, diving deep into the activations and the guidance that you're receiving, diving deep into your sovereignty and remembering who you are and not being afraid to speak on it. I feel like that's a big part of this. It's like you're not going to be afraid to show people that you're comfortable with being a sovereign being. You're not going to be afraid to be comfortable with being the god or the goddess that you were meant to be and showing up in this world in that manner. I feel Goddess Isis with you as well, supporting you throughout this year. Heal your heartbeat, Rhodonite. Yeah, healing our heart. Our heart chakra is where our high heart is where our soul resides, right? So we want to always be living and moving and breathing through our hearts, right? The egoic mind is there as a servant of the soul, not vice versa. So as we heal our heart, as we activate our heart chakra, as we open up to that love, it allows us to see things through the eyes of heaven, to feel things through the eyes of heaven. For some of you, this is just a heartache and a heartbreak that you're healing right now, right? And you're having to kind of like step away and calm down and kind of shift your energies. Maybe that's part of the reason that you're relocating, right? A lot of relationships ended in 2022. Um, some of you found out that the person that you thought was going to be your forever was only a right now, right? And there was a lot of betrayal, there was a lot of hurt, there was a lot of triggers, there was a lot of healing going on, not only in our intimate relationships, but familial, platonic, like the relationship with ourselves all around. So this is really coming full center and coming back into your heart and learning to love yourself, right? Self-love is always the first love. Heal yourself and show up for yourself so that you can then go into the world and have relationships with others that are in a more in alignment with your heart and your soul and your truth, right? So taking some time right now to just heal your heart. Maybe you want to work with the rhodonite stone, you know, to help support you in this. I just feel like your heart has been trying to speak to you and you haven't allowed it to, right? And so for this isn't for everybody, obviously, but for those of you in this pile, number two, that have experienced heartbreak or heartache, within the last year, or, just a heartbreak that you haven't kind of healed from, this is the year where you get to do that healing. This is the year where you get to finally release that pain. This is the year where you finally get to let it go, right? Where you finally get to move on, where you finally get the lessons that you were supposed to get from that connection and understand it now at a much deeper level so that you can move forward, right? It's about you just kind of like opening up to the energy and allowing yourself to feel what it is that caused you that pain, that angst, or whatever, so that you can move on from it, right? So this isn't the energy of like, where you experience a heartbreak and then you jump right into another relationship because that's your way of kind of dealing with it. It's like, no, I have to deal with this at a level, right? Like, instead of dating, I'm going to be healing so that I'm not bringing my trauma, my drama, and my baggage into the next relationship. And so I'm not aligning with others that are doing that as well, right? This is the energy where we're not going to keep blaming who's in front of us for the people that should actually still be behind us, right? And kind of like recreating that energy over and over again. So I feel like this is the year where you're taking your power back, where you're taking, um, pulling your energy back, and you're no longer living in the pain and the dysfunction of the past, but you're allowing yourself in this present moment to acknowledge where you've been so that you can move forward. Okay. Enlightenment coming in for you, pile number two. I love that. Yeah, that that makes a lot of sense, right? This light in the dark, this healing the heartbeat. It's like you're going to have a deeper awareness now of the lessons that you are meant to learn, right? You're going to understand them now at a much deeper level. You're moving away from this energy of kind of like victimization to an energy of truth and growth and open heartedness and appreciation and gratitude, right? And it's funny to say that. It's like, oh, I'm grateful that my heart was broken. Yeah, I'm grateful because guess what? You broke my heart enough to know that was a reflection of me, right? Like I allowed this to happen. I was in a relationship with you. I stayed longer than I should have. I allowed you to cross my boundaries. I didn't stand in my truth. I didn't speak up, or maybe I spoke up too much, or whatever the dynamics were. That relationship showed you a part of yourself that you weren't healed, or where you were giving your power away or your energy away, and now you get to bring it all back. Right now, you get to see the lessons. Now you're like, oh, I was healing my mother wound. I was healing my father wound. I was healing a childhood wound. I was um healing the fact that I wasn't feeling worthy or deserving or loved or anything like that, right? And it's gonna bring this awareness to you of the fact that maybe you weren't unconditionally loving yourself, or maybe you weren't actually loving yourself at all, and you were kind of expecting someone else to love you enough for you, and now you get to take your power back, and now you get to awaken to that truth, right? And now you get to love on yourself fully without externalizing it and thinking that it needs to show up outside of you. No, it's all happening within me, and now I get it reflected back to me. Beautiful truths and awarenesses coming in. I love this. Look at this. And we got worth coming in, right? Understanding that you're worthy and deserving and you're valuable. That's going to be a big activation for you this year. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is where you're moving towards, right? Remembering who and whose you are, remembering you're worthy, you're deserving. We're all born worthy and deserving and valuable. We pick up the distortions that are put upon us, thinking that we're born into sin, or that we're not good enough, or that we need to do or be or have certain things in order to earn love in this world. And that's not true, right? You are worthy just because you're a child of the divine. You are worthy because you were born. You're worthy because you're born. Plain, plain, and simple. That's it, right? You don't need to do anything more. But remember that. Remember who and whose you are. Remember that you're valuable. Remember that you're worthy. Remember that you are the flesh and blood embodiment of love. Here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And then we have eternity. Deeper union with you. Change me, divine beloved, into one who understands the true meaning of death. Remove my fear of dying. Open my vision to the eternal. May all transitions lead me into an ever deepening union with you. Right? There is no death, right? Energy doesn't die, it just gets transformed. It's so funny. I was listening to Rhonda Byrne actually yesterday because she wrote a book. I think she wrote a book called like The Greatest Secret of All Time, something along those lines. And she was addressing the energy of death. And she's like, once you're at this level of freedom, you don't even fear dying, right? Because you realize that you don't actually die, that you're eternal, that you just move on. It's that energy here with you, right? It's just understanding like I am pure light. I am divine. I am the soul. I am luminous. I'm connected with the divine at all times. I'm nothing to be afraid of. Like I'm here temporarily to learn my lessons, to grow, to evolve, to expand, to taste the food, to feel the things, drink the wines, have some fun, and then I get to move on, right? In perfect love and perfect trust, like everything is going to work itself out. Everything always works itself out, and trusting into that and deepening into that. So you understanding that beautiful power too, right? That you are luminous, that you are divine, and everything always works out for our highest and greatest good. And we get to shift and we get to transcend and we get to move along this path, knowing that there's nothing to be afraid of. And even if you're trying to find your new element and find your tribe and listening with your heart and opening up your light, there's nothing to be afraid of because you are pure divine light in all shapes, ways, or form. You just got a temporary meat suit on. You know what I'm saying? Creativity. I honor my passions. I hope and pray that you do. Change me, divine beloved, into one who honors my deepest creative passions and needs. Help me value the talents you have given both known and unknown. I love this. So tapping into our sacral chakra and our creativity center, right? Allowing ourselves to take that creative energy that's in our sacral chakra and move it up into our solar plexus, right? Which is where our power center, our action center, where we get things forward and doing something with it, right? Trusting the things that we're feeling and being like, you know what, I really enjoy that. All right, now what am I gonna do about it? I also feel this energy of like self-love and self-care. They're showing it to me almost like a person getting like a pedicure, but I see that they're in a boat, but they're like drawing and they have like all these things in front of them and connecting, and again with this water energy, right? So connecting with their emotions. But I feel like this is just an energy of you, of you doing the things that make you feel good, right? Self-care is going to allow you to open up to your passions and creativity. If you've been having like a block when it comes to your creative center, that is because you need to nourish and love and honor yourself more, right? Get your sacral chakra into balance. There's a ton of sacral chakra meditations here on YouTube. Definitely can find them, right? Just type in sacral chakra and a ton of stuff will come up. Whether that's with sound or color or however you choose to work it. Binaural beats, there's a ton of stuff here available to you, right? But really focusing on your own self-care at this time. Sorry, hair just went into my eye. Really focusing on your own self-care and self-worth and self-love at this time is going to help reopen those creative centers and help you to tap into those gifts even more, right? And so I know for me, for a long time, I was like, I'm not creative, I'm not creative. That used to be my mantra, right? And now I'm like, oh, I am creative, I am creative, I am creative, because I had to heal my sacral chakra. I had to heal the divine feminine energy within me because I was in divine masculine energy all the time. I was just do. There's a wall, I'm pushing through it, make it happen. I didn't respect or understand the divine feminine energy within me because I didn't see it being honored kind of within the collective, right? And so I had to learn to heal that energy within my own self. And as I've been healing that energy, allowing myself to express myself in a more creative manner, I've seen that it's safe and it's healthy and it's okay to do so. And so I feel like a lot of you are doing that as well. It's like you're healing these energies, you're learning that it's okay to be who you are, to stand in who you are, to not have to kind of explain yourself to kind of everyone, and to just move forward with that and to feel into it and to see where it leads you. And you're going to see it's going to lead you to your happiness, your pleasure, your joys, your happily ever after, right? Your gifts, your talents, your skills are right there, but you need to love on yourself more and get yourself situated, and then all the answers will be added onto you, right? It's like the minute you do something for yourself, to heal yourself, to love yourself, to just activate yourself, to feel good, you'll be surprised at all the other things that are coming into your life that will heal, activate, and make you feel good, that are drawn to you, right? We're putting out into the universe what we want reflected back to us. So what do you want to get, right? How can you love yourself so you can show the universe how to love you in return, okay? Ooh, check out this sacred geometry. So just sit with it for a second, embodying my soul, right? I have a right to be excited. I have a right to be excited. I have a right to be excited. Yes, you do, pile number two, because you're about to move and get creative and tap into your stuff and your strengths and your gifts. You have a right to be excited. So step into it and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay? More sacred geometry here with the energy of courage. Okay? I find the inner strength to face fear. If you happen to be feeling a little nervous or a little skeptical or just worried, right, about everything that we're talking about and what this year has for you, call upon Archangel Michael. Call upon your ancestors, angels, guides, spirit animals, whatever, whoever you connect with on the other side, to give you the strength, the courage, and the conviction to move forward. Archangel Michael is great about giving us that power, right? Maybe you want to work with Joan of Arc to help you feel courageous and strong. Kali Ma, there's a ton of them, a ton of, spirits on the other side of the realm that are here to help support you, to give you the courage and the strength and the conviction that you need to move forward. But you got this, beyond any shadow of a doubt. You got this, right? Make courage kind of like the focus of the year, right? Your word of the year: courage, love, majesty. Yes, this is my favorite card in the Raise Your Vibration deck. Yes, right? This is saying yes to life, yes to joy, yes to your blessings, yes to abundance, yes to grace, yes to receiving love, yes to being love, yes to miracles, right? Open up to it. This is your year of yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get into this relationship stuff. Oh, deception coming up when it comes to relationships. So, again, I feel like a large part of you have been ending relationships, right? And this is why you guys are moving and shifting and having to remember the light that is within you, right? Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. This could be your counterpart, right? Maybe that's why it's ending, or this could have been you, right? Lying to yourself, staying in a situation that just wasn't serving you anymore, staying in really unhealthy relationships and dynamics because we're afraid to be alone, or we're codependent, or we feel like this is something that we have to do, or because we are afraid that we're going to be judged or criticized, right? And so this is an energy that we're releasing in 2023. We're letting go of lying to ourselves. We're letting go of relationships that are no longer serving us. We're letting go of people in our lives that aren't being honest with us, right? Including ourselves. Like, we're letting go of the lies that we tell ourselves to stay in these dynamics that are unhealthy, to stay in these toxic situationships, to stay at jobs that are no longer serving us, to stay in communities that are not helping us to grow, right? It's time to finally move on and to come out of that darkness. Look at this. And then we got transformation coming in. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Deep, deep healing. And it starts here, right? All that water energy coming in, it starts here. You're shifting, you're moving, you're growing, you're healing at a deep soul level because it's your time to move on. That storyline, that old paradigm that you lived on, it's done. It's over with. It's time to move on. It's time to free ourselves. It's time to take our power back, right? And give yourself some grace because it's going to be happening at a deep cellular level, and that's not easy. That's not easy, right? So hydrate, ground, hydrate, connect really yourself. Wow, got a lot of messages coming out. This is why I picked out everything else off camera. Oh, okay. Got some wealth coming in for you, power number 2. This is beautiful, right? So activating the wealth codes within you. That's what that healing does. I think I was telling this to pile number 1, but we block our abundance and prosperity when we're not healing every aspect of ourselves, right? And so when we do the deep inner work, when we do the healing, not only are we healing our emotions, right, but we get to heal our physical bodies, we get to heal our spiritual bodies, and we get to heal our relationship with our finances, with our abundance, with our birthrights, because we're no longer blocking that energy, right? We're no longer in our own way. We're no longer feeling like we're unworthy or undeserving, right? So beautiful wealth coming into your world. I love that for you. And then, ooh, the owl, deception and wisdom. What did you learn from that deceptive relationship, right? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about the partners that you were in alignment with? Because you're drawing that energy to you somehow, right? There is wisdom in all of our pains, our trials, our tribulations. Owls also can see 360, right? They can zoom in with their eyes and zoom out, and they can hear far off distances. What are you learning? What do you need to see? What are you aware of now? What um what revelations have come to you through that relationship? Right? Everything teaches us something. And if you don't learn the lesson, you're going to repeat it. So I pray that you take a step back and you really look at the lessons. What did I need to learn from that so that I don't need to do that shit again? Okay? The high priestess, discernment, facts, prescience, prophecy, and vision coming in. So this is that energy. The high priestess is always tapping into our deeper inner emotions. She's very intuitive. She's very quiet. She's very knowledgeable, right? Wisdom coming out for you again in this energy. The dragon, power and strength, remembering who you are as a sovereign being. This is the power that you have inside of you, right? That power, that strength. The dragon is supporting you and building that courage up again and really transforming you. You have nothing to be afraid of. If you get scared or nervous, right, you can call upon the dragon energies to help you to cleanse and clear and burn away the things that are no longer serving you so you can be the best version of yourself. And I love this, the butterfly, right? Beauty coming in. Did I get that earlier? Was that you or is that another pile? I saw the beauty card before. Was that you? Okay, no, that was another pile. But butterflies are all about transformations, right? We go from the caterpillar to the chrysalis to the butterfly. We, 1 minute, our eyes are just on the dirt. Next thing you know, we're completely melding and falling apart. We don't even know what's happening. And then we get transformed into the beautiful version of ourselves. And so, in the midst of everything that's going on, especially as we're healing our heart, right? And we're transforming at a deep level, understand that life is happening for you, not to you, and that you're healing at a deep, deep cellular level, right? Things are really going to change. Bottom of the deck, look at that. We have the spider. Creative projects. Pile number 1 got this as well. So creativity is really coming through for you guys. Really healing your sacral chakra energy is really going to benefit you during this time. And a reminder that we're all connected in the tapestry of life. So what web are you creating right now, right? What do you want your world to look like? That's what spiders do, right? They're always creating, and they're creating these beautiful, gorgeous webs that are very, very unique to them and to their expression, right? So how can you uniquely express yourself? And how can you heal your sacral chakra and tap into your your heart chakra and open up to self-love so that you can creatively express yourself in a really healthy manner? Okay, you got two. Wow, bottom of the deck. Second death card. You guys are really going through a transformation right now. Some of you may be even going through a dark night of the soul, right? And so it's kind of like you're finding yourself again after all of that, because like I don't even know who I am after what I just went through. What the fuck was that? The world just got pulled, like there was a tower moment. The world just got pulled from under my feet. I don't know if I'm coming or going anymore. Been there, been there, been there. I get it, right? But on the other side of this, my beautiful caterpillars that are transforming into butterflies, you become a butterfly, right? The only things that are dying away from you right now are the things that aren't serving you and that you don't need in your life. Okay, you got two. And you got two knights as well. So knights are about messengers coming in as well. So you got the Knight of Pentacles and you got the Knight of Swords. So at one slow moving energy with this Knight of Pentacles and then one quick moving energy with this Knight of Swords, right? And so that's telling me that this might be a year where some things happen really quickly for you and transform you like this in 5 seconds, and some things are taking slow. A lot of the deep inner healing work that we need to do, we need to take our time, right? Some There are some parts of your ascension and your journey that are going to be activated where you're just going to have to get up and start running and hit the ground running. And there are going to be other times where you need to take your time, like with your healing, right? Give yourself time to heal. Again, with that transformation card, deep cellular healing is happening. It took us, what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to be to the place that we're at right now. I just saw one, right? To get to the place that we're at right now. We don't heal it in 5 seconds. We want to. We want to heal it like this. It took us forever to get here, and now we want to hurry up and go. But we need to give ourselves time for this healing. But when it's time to get into action, don't be afraid to get up and get moving. Right? Eagle going on up there. So that might be another message for some of you guys. It's like, oh, eagle or a crow? Showing it to me as both, right? But maybe that might be a spirit animal showing up for you. So honoring your path, honoring your journey, giving yourself time, giving yourself grace, doing the deep inner healing work because it's going to transform your life. This is going to be a year where things really transform for you at a deep cellular level. This is no longer the year where we're going to be doing shit on the surface level. It's time to go deep. It's time to get real. It's time to open up your heart. All right. And that is going to lead to your prosperity, your abundance, your joy, your peace, your balance, your peace of mind, your bliss, your beautiful relationships. That's where you end up with when you do all this work, right? So allow yourself to transform. Allow the old to fall away so that you can make room for the new. It is your time to shine. All right. I'm gonna leave it there, my beautiful power twos. I love you so much. Happy New Year. I hope it is magical and transformative. And definitely, if you need help or a connection, you can always hit me up at theenlighteneddaughter.com. I'm here to support you guys. Obviously, I'm a life, sex, and spirituality coach, so I wouldn't just leave you out on the cold. But definitely have a happy new year. Know this: I love you, God loves you, and angels surround you. Later, my beloveds. Hello, 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 pile number 3, my beautiful citrine pile. I love citrine. I wear it every single day. It is the happiness stone. It also brings us joy and luck and abundance. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get into your blessings, your miracles, the healings, what 2023 has in store for you. As I'm starting this reading for you guys, it is starting to rain again. It had stopped during some of the readings. So there's another message of just cleansings and healings and purifications that's going to be coming in for you this year, tapping into your emotional body. Emotion seems to be like a big theme for this year. I feel like everyone's going to be tapping deep into their emotions. What you do with that is on you entirely. My hands are a little dry. All right, pile number 3. Let's get into it. Sorry, I don't know why all of a sudden I just felt so dry when I'm connecting with you guys' energy. So maybe some of you guys need to hydrate more. All of a sudden I just got like thirsty and dry out of nowhere. All right, so let's start with this. Discover your purpose. Earthworm energy coming in. I love the fact that the earthworm is like the first card out, right? Especially when it's raining, because guess what comes up when it rains? The earthworms. But discover your purpose. So this is going to be a year where you're stepping on your path, your mission, your purpose. For some of you, you may feel like you're already on path and on mission, on purpose, and you're going to see other aspects of yourself being activated, right? And so it's like you have many talents, and maybe you're like, oh, I'm just only supposed to hone in on this one thing, and then the universe is coming in and being like, yeah, we want you to do that too, but don't forget to do this. Or maybe now that you've focused your energies on that and kind of gotten some momentum going, it's time for you to kind of like switch gears and to do something else and activate in a different sense. So I feel Archangel Jeremiah surrounding you guys and supporting you and really helping you to tap into and discover what that purpose is going to be and how to like move forward with it throughout this year, right? With grace. It also reminds me of like a little sacred geometry. I forget what that sign is called. Trillion, Triskian, something along those lines. But sacred geometry might mean something to you guys as well. Ooh, and then we have the forbidden fruit coming in with the apple. I love apples, as you can see when you cut it across the center, you get the five-pointed star. I have an apple tattooed on me as well, right? But I feel like there's healing and knowledge coming in, right? Because when Eve bit into the apple, as the story goes, she was given knowledge of this world. So I feel like some of you are going to be tapping into these deep inner knowings and knowledge and awareness. And as you heal, you're going to be activating. It's like the more you tap into your wisdom, your knowledge, the deeper understandings of yourself as a soul, as a multidimensional being, it's going to help to heal the karma around you, right? So it's like you're doing two things at once. You're learning about these ancient truths and ancient knowledge and wisdoms and spiritual gifts, and as you're learning, you're releasing the egoic parts of yourself. You're healing the parts of you that are not in alignment with that truth. You're letting go of the old stories and timelines. So a lot of you have timeline jumped and are really releasing that old paradigm. A lot of you are connected with they just Mary Magdalene came forward. So a lot of you are connected with the Holy Family. Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, John the Baptist. Maybe you've been reading the Bible, reading A Course in Miracles, and they're just been activating for you. Maybe you've been drawn to like the pyramids in Egypt, right? Because Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and the Holy Family studied in the temples of Isis, right? So maybe there's energies and there's knowledge there for you, but tapping into that. And again, I get that with the forbidden fruit because we've been so pushed away from the divine feminine energy, and we've been pushed away from those ancient teachings, right? It's like, at least here in like the States, a lot of the focus is on like biblical texts, right? And biblical teachings. And so a lot of people that even study in the Bible, a lot of people that go to church aren't even aware that Yeshua and Mother Mary studied under Isis. Like they don't even know about the temples of Isis and his travels to Asia and all of that stuff. So I feel like there, I feel like many of you in this pile number three, um, have been learning that or being activated to that or aware of that and are now going to start to kind of like do the research and the learning and knowings on your own. And it might seem forbidden to like your community, your tribe, like the people that you're used to because you're going like a different way. But it's like, no, like Yeshua is coming forward and being like, no, activate this deeper truth. Like look deeper, go deeper within yourself. Like get out of stop feeling guilty or like you're a sinner for wanting to have this knowledge and understanding, right? You're not sinning because you want to have a deeper understanding of yourself as a soul and your connection with the divine. I feel like a lot of you, as you discover your purpose, a lot of you are going to be stepping onto a path of working in or with spirituality or something along those lines, right? Spirituality, energy, these just the teachings of who we are as more than like earth beings. I feel like that's a lot coming up for you. So activating your psychic gifts, your awarenesses, um, tapping into your energy centers, right? Maybe your hand chakras. Maybe you're going to be working with like Reiki, or you resonate as being a shaman or a shamanka. You have been in a past life, maybe as a witch. I just feel these energies coming up for you, of you doing something spiritually based that's not the norm, right? And so again, maybe you resonate as like an herb witch, or a shamanka, or a Reiki healer, or you work with crystals or things like that. I feel like a lot of that is coming in or coming up for you this year, and you're going to be moving forward with it. And the deeper you go into your knowledge and your wisdom and the teachings, the more you're going to understand yourself, right? It's beautiful. All right, release rigidity. Mercury's retrograde. Do not judge me for how I'm speaking. Valerian. So I love the cats, right? Cats are the ultimate teachers and how to really just chill and be in a meditative state, right? They will sit there, they'll be one with themselves and take a nap, they recalibrate, and then they wake up and and then they go right back to it, right? I love the cat. Cats are like my spirit animals. I love me some cats. But it's about letting go of the past, letting go of the things that keep us that restrict us. Again, I just, this energy is so strong where I feel like a lot of you in this pile have had very strict religious upbringings or teachings, and you're moving away from that, right? And so like now currently I'm from New York, but I live in the Bible Belt now, right? And so when I first got guided to the Bible Belt, I was like, you've got to be kidding me, right? You've got to be kidding me, because I am, I'm the enlightened daughter. Like, I do things all spiritual, and I'm over here talking to angels and dragons and fairies and connecting with my ancestors and lighting candles and writing on bay leaves and like doing all this like, ancient spiritual stuff and working with Isis. I'm trained as a priestess of Isis and worked as a rose priestess with Mary Magdalene. Like, I do all these other things. And so that structure, that box that we were put into, right? Kind of like with my Baptist Methodist background, I had to walk away from that, right? And I lost a lot of friends, a lot of family throughout these pathways, but it was no longer serving my highest and greatest good. And so I feel like you guys are releasing that, right? Like, you're stepping out of the box, out of your comfort zone. You're moving away from what you were taught to something greater, right? You're letting go of the restrictions of the egoic mind where, like, well, if you do this, people are going to judge you and nobody's going to like you, or you're going to hell, or you're a sinner and all that shit. And you're like, right? I tell people all the time, I'm like, if I'm off path, if God is upset with something I'm doing, I promise you the Most High can come tell me themselves. It's very clear. It's very, very clear. Beautiful. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are moving away from that. Look at this. Start fresh. Starting over, we got chickweed coming in to support you, right? Starting something new. I love this energy with the magnifying glass, right? Because magnifying glasses really help us what? Focus our energies and see things in a much bigger way, right? We take like a sun ray, a magnifying glass, right? And that one powerful ray then becomes so powerful it can start a fire in 5 seconds, right? So I feel like you're going to be seeing things look differently, looking at things differently, focusing your power and your intention in a much different way, and seeing with crystal clear clarity, right? It's the difference between just like kind of like seeing like the big picture, and I'm like showing you a card. I'm like, hey, this is what it is, to me bringing it forward and seeing it up close and personal, right? It's that energy. It's like life is going to be up close and personal, and you get to start over and you get to look at everything. You get to look at the details of everything. You get to see the intricacies and the connections of everything. This is my most spiritual pile. I'll tell you guys right now. You guys are all like tapped in, higher level, high vibration. I feel it already. Look, step up to sovereignty, right? You're a sovereign being. This is definitely my spirituality pile, right? Lapis lazuli coming in. Oh, I love lapis lazuli. Definitely the royals used to ancient Egypt energy coming in as well. Isis coming in again, because this is something big that they used during that time as well. The lapis lazuli helps us to communicate with clarity, compassion, empathy, truth, honesty, right? And this is you knowing yourself as a sovereign being. you understanding, no, I'm not like a being that was born into sin and then God hates me until I do, a certain type of thing or go to a certain building or whatever. No, me knowing the God or the goddess that lies within me allowing that to radiate outside of me, right? As within, so without. So I'm standing in my truth. I'm being luminous. I'm being sovereign. I know my words. I know that I'm a child of the Most High God. I know that I was created in the image of the divine. And I know I can be, do, or have anything. This is where you're moving towards in this year. This is knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing that you're royalty, knowing that you're deserving, knowing that you're a child of the creator of the universe, and that you can have anything in this world that lights up your soul as long as it's not hurting anybody, right? And there's nothing stopping you outside of your own thoughts. So I feel like a lot of you are letting go of the boundaries, right? You're knocking down the walls of the things that were trying to keep you out of your freaking Jericho, right? The walls are coming down and you're stepping into your truth and you're stepping into your light and you're reclaiming your kingdom, you're reclaiming your throne, you're reclaiming who you are as a child of the divine. I am here for it. You better fucking work. Pile number 3. Look, going forward, yes, you're moving out of this darkness, out of this deception, out of the distorted beliefs, and you're moving towards the light because you're remembering yourself as a daughter and a son of the sun, right? Of the light, of the divinity. You know who you are. So it's time to move forward on your path. It's time to take your power back. It's time to know who and whose you are. It's time to step into the light. It's time to release that stuff. It's like the heaviness was there. It was dark. It was deceptive. It kept you in illusion and delusion for the longest period of time. And now you get to move forward. Now you get to stand in your light. Now you get to see brighter days. Now you get to step into your abundance and your prosperity and your joy and your love, and now you get to receive your blessings. This is going to be a transformative year for you of letting go of the old, moving into the new, and a lot of blessings, a lot of abundance is coming in for you. I'm here for it. Look at this. Can't make this up. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it, right? The ego is a servant. The ego, the egoic mind is the servant of the soul, not vice versa, right? Divine abundance is your birthright. Divine abundance is your birthright. So again, many of you are dealing with the ancient teachings, the Tao, Bible, Course of Miracles, Emerald tablets. All of those things are going to have a lot of revelations for you, a lot of knowledge that you need to have awareness of, a lot of truths, a lot of brilliance. You're going to be activated, right? When you're connecting with these different energies. I know when I started connecting with Yeshua in my own separate way outside of the church structure because that was a little distorted. Then I got connected to Mary Magdalene, and through those connections, I got led to Goddess Isis, and my life transformed. Right between the three of them just coming in and supporting me on every step of the path, my world changed. Right, my world changed. I understood the teachings that I was receiving, and when I wasn't clear and I wasn't strong, when I wasn't sure about what it was that I was learning, what I was seeing, or what I was hearing, guess what? I can invoke these beautiful energies and they would give me crystal clear clarity, right? And so I feel like that's coming in for a lot of you, a lot of you. And learning to be abundant, right? Abundance is a feeling, right? It's worthiness that we feel inside. It's not external. As within, so without. So we get abundance outside when we feel abundant inside. And so I feel like a lot of you are activating the abundance codes within you. You're realizing that you're worth more than you were told growing up, right? Money is hard, or you're money is the root of all evil, or the wealthy can't get into heaven, or all these things, all these lessons that we were given that were kind of distorted to keep us in fear, to keep us in lack, to keep us in scarcity. And now you're remembering, no, this is an abundant universe. Like, look at all this abundance available to me, right? The abundance of light coming onto the planet, the abundance of leaves everywhere. Like, abundance is everywhere. We just need to look at it. We need to activate it. We need to step into it. We need to accept it. We need to receive it, right? And then we're conduits of it, right? Because we're blessed to be a blessing, so we get to share that with the collective, right? We get to share it with our descendants. We get to share it with our tribes and our communities. We get to step into this energy, and to really just be the best version of ourselves, right? And it starts by remembering who we are as sovereign, luminous beings, understanding who we are as children of the divine, understanding who we are as unique expressions of that energy here playing out on Earth. Powerful. This is a powerful year for you, pile number 3. I'm so excited. We got awakening coming in. Hell yeah. This is you guys awakening to your truth. I can feel it. I feel you guys shifting. It's like you're letting go of those old stories, those old timelines, right? Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Yes, yes, yes. Tapping into your intuition, tapping into paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, no longer allowing ourselves to be deceived by the opinions of other, but formulating opinions for ourselves, right? Finding our own inner truths, right? That could be their truth for them in their lifetime. But guess what? This is your path. This is your mission. This is your goals. This is your dreams. This is your heart. This is your life. This is your part of the universe, right? So what is your truth? How does it speak to you? How is it resonating for you? How is it showing up for you in this world? All right. And then we have protection. You are divinely protected at all times. I am safe. Look at that. That divinely protected at all times. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is protected from all negative energies and predictions. Fill me with your dazzling and radiant light. Make me a vessel for your love. I now release all fears I've absorbed from others. So, as you're walking on this path and as you're doing this beautiful, deep work and this beautiful spiritual alignment, right? Ask for protection. Shield and protect yourself at all times. I protect myself every single day. I call upon beautiful, divine, golden white light to come in, around, and through me and to shield and protect me every day. I put a bubble of white light around my children every single day, right? And I know that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, but there are weapons that are going to be formed against me, right? But I know they don't come to me. You can also work with Archangel Zachiel, right, in the violet flame, and surround yourself in the violet flame and know that anything that comes at you that is not of love or above will then be transmuted into unconditional love or sent back to the sender to which it came, harming none in return. Right? Put that energy out there, but know that you're good, you're safe, you're protected, and you don't have to be afraid of this path. You don't have to be afraid of your spiritual gifts or your psychic awarenesses or your talents or your skills or the knowings that are coming into you or the knowledge and the wisdom that's coming for you, because it's here to activate you and to grow you. Okay, you don't need to fear this path that you're on. Be open to it because you're awakening and you're held and protected at all times and always, always. All right. Mystery. I rest in the unknown. There's a lot of that that's going to be happening for you this year. Change me, divine beloved, into one who rests peaceably in the unknown until the right and timely actions are shown. I offer the mystery to you alone. All right. So this is about taking divine inspired action, not rushing things, not pushing things, but really trusting the process, knowing that you're never going to have all the answers. You're never going to have all the answers. You're not going to ever know everything. But you get to put it out there and then just wait for guidance, right? We pray, we put the seed out there, we go into meditation, we get that divine guidance coming down into us, and then we move forward, right? So you can sleep at night knowing that you don't need to worry because you got 1,000 angels around you at all times. I swear, if some of you guys could just see the energies around you, or you could see the divine beings of light that are surrounding you, you'd be like, damn, it's crowded in here. You know what I mean? Because that's how many of them are with you at all times. All times, all times, all times. There's nothing for you to worry about. Let's focus on the sacred geometry, right? I just want you to sit with this energy for a second. Balancing the brain. I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. The only limits that we have in this world, beloveds, are the ones we give unto ourselves. Okay? Surrender. Ooh, this is a challenge for some of you. I get it. I can release my need to control. That's the same energy here, right? You're not going to know everything. You don't need to. Plant the seed and move on. I don't need to know how plants grow once I put the seed in the ground. Listen, that's God's business, right? So I'm gonna mind my business and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I get the soil ready, I get the fertilizer, I get the food, I get the water, I put it in a spot where there's a lot of sun, I plant the seed, and I go about my business. Right? Some of you just need to mind your business and let God do the rest. Just surrender. Let go and let God. Literally let go and let God. Put it out there, give it up, give it thanks, moving on, and keep it pushing. Right? Keep it pushing. I love it. Oh, and then we have forgiveness and understanding coming in for you from your guardian angels, right? So, as you embark on this spiritual journey, and on this spiritual path, awakening your talents and your skills and stepping forward onto this path, forgiveness is going to be your healing balm, right? You're going to be triggered and activated throughout the year to see things in a different light and to pour the energy of forgiveness on it, right? And forgiveness is never about anybody else. Forgiveness is always about ourselves. Forgiveness is always about ourselves. We're forgiving these energies. We're not making excuses for it. We're not giving anybody a pass. We're saying, I'm not holding on to that pain. I'm not holding on to that energy. I'm not holding on to that worry anymore because it's no longer serving my highest and greatest good. I'm going to let it go. I thank you for the lesson. I thank you for your time. And now I get to move forward into the best version of myself, right? So what did I need to learn? That is the energy. We pour the energy of forgiveness in it. We look at it through the eyes of compassion and empathy and through the divine, and then we get to move forward. All right, then we get to move forward. That's going to be a huge crutch for you this year, right? Forgiveness and understanding, seeing things from a different perspective, even being able to view our offenders, right, and see them in a different light. I was um sexually assaulted when I was a little girl, right? 4 years old by a neighbor, kid around the same age, and didn't understand what was going on, didn't understand the whole dynamic of it. Might have been older, maybe like 4 or 5 years old. Didn't understand what was going on, the dynamic of it. But as I got older, I was able to give the energy of forgiveness to them, right? They're a child, they kind of didn't know what was going on. And in my mind, and still to this day, I said, I wonder what they had gone through to have them do that, right? What did they possibly go through to have them, as a child that young, commit such a egregious crime? You know what I mean? And so that's that energy, that forgiveness of forgiving them because forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, especially as a young child. I'm not saying everyone is like that. I'm talking about my scenario personally. And then having an understanding of, wow, they must have gone through some type of trauma in order to even put them into that scenario for us to even be in this situation, right? And so, does that mean what happened make it okay? No. Is it cool? No. Do I want to go through it again? No. Will I protect every child I can think of from such a thing? Absolutely. But I have a deeper understanding now of what was going on in that scenario as opposed to just kind of like living my life as a victim and not kind of like wanting to see it or deal with the energies. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that coming up for you guys and just like having this forgiveness, moving forward, um, getting it out, learning the lessons, and being able to take your power back, take your energy back, call your soul back from those situations. Some of you may want to do a soul retrieval that may benefit you at this time. Okay? There was a lot in there. All right, let's talk about this love energy. Oh, let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. So we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time coming in together. We have this could be the one, you've already met the romantic partner that you seek. And we have heart to heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So 2023 for some of you is going to be bringing um, deeper levels of connections, right? Maybe you just started dating someone and you guys decide to become exclusive, or you've been dating someone for a minute, you guys decide you want to live together, or you're going to be getting engaged, right? Some of you are getting married in action, and for some of you this is like a little honeymoon. So congratulations again. Congratulations to all of you. But as we open up our hearts and our souls and we really allow ourselves to be seen, heard, and vulnerable, and connect with each other on a heart level instead of the egoic mind, right? It's so funny. I just did a post recently and I was telling people, like, just because the person looks good doesn't mean they're a good look, right? Like, sometimes you need to look at someone beyond the exterior to see who they are, especially when you're getting into connection, right? And potentially like having a family, right? This is going to be a person that's like raising your kids, that you guys have to have, like, you guys are going to be making decisions about, like, religion or spirituality or where you live or guidelines or gender roles and all these different things. It helps if we start having these really deep talks. So I feel like as you guys are moving throughout this year and making these connections, for many of you, you're going to be meeting, if you haven't already, your divine counterparts, right? Some of you might have thought you met your divine counterparts. For some of you, yeah. For a lot of you, no, right? For a lot of you, it's going to be, as we're doing this healing, as I'm stepping into my sovereignty, as I'm knowing who I am as a soul, I'm realizing that that was a great connection that I had, but that's not the person created for me in my divine design, right? Like there was something that connected us in that moment, but as I'm aligning, as I'm growing, as I'm expanding, as I'm ascending, right, that person isn't necessarily in alignment with me, and then I'm gonna finally meet someone who is. Right. And so I feel like a lot of you are going to be coming into divine unions, meeting your divine counterparts. This relationship as well is going to help to activate you as well on your spiritual path. Right. And so as you're stepping forward on your path and your truth and in your light, this is going to activate you in another way, in another form. It's going to really um transform how you show up in the world, what your relationships are looking like for yourself, right? And how your relationships have been looking at other people, right? You're gonna really see and learn a lot about yourself. We learn on this planet through relationships, and this divine counterpart that you're coming into union with is really gonna help you learn at a deep soul level about yourself, and also help to activate some of your gifts. Okay. And then we have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Yep, life is always happening for you, not to you. Always, 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 always. And opening up your heart, you're gonna see that, you're gonna feel that, you're gonna sense it at an even deeper level. So a lot of the lessons that you're learning right now, and a lot of the lessons that you're gonna be learning throughout the year are for your spiritual growth, for your ascension, for your evolution, for you to expand into further deeper levels of your own wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and to activate those ancient truths within you. Many of you have dormant DNA, um, your dormant skills within you. Your skills that are lying dormant within your DNA. Sorry, guys, this Mercury retrograde has got me like, ah! You have deeper skills that are lying dormant within your DNA that are going to be activated throughout the seer, and a lot of that is going to be activated throughout this relationship, whether you're in an intimate connection now or not, or you will be. It's going to help to activate that. Okay. Whew, sorry for the struggle. All right. We got the bee coming in. So some luck, my citrine crowd. I love that. Industriousness, sweet victory. So you're going to come out on top of all of this. There's nothing for you to worry about, right? This is going to be your year of yes, of winning, of blessings, of prosperity, of just feeling good. Like it may feel a little uncomfortable at times, but understand that it's going to end up on top. The year is going to start off a little bit kind of slow for everyone, but there's a lot of momentum coming in once we hit eclipse season in April, and throughout the rest of the year, it's lit. It's going to be happening like this, okay? The Bard, okay? Music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. So many of you are going to be activating your spiritual gifts and expressing them creatively through music, through harmony, through poetry, right? You're, and again, with this history and the enchantment of storytelling, every myth, every fable, every tale is based off truth, right? And so I feel like you're going to be listening to these stories and understanding these stories at a deeper level. You're going to be understanding the meanings behind the stories. You're going to understand the parables of Yeshua so much deeper. You're going to understand, the different stories that we learned about the Greek and Roman gods in a much different way. What did they come here to teach humanity? And some of you are going to be expressing that. Some of you might even be writing your own fairy tales, right? And myths and stories, and putting your truths into kind of like story form to help teach and to inspire and to encourage others. That's really powerful. If you do, please link it below so that I can freaking um, support you and buy it and read it and all the things, because I'm first of all, I'm a freaking nerd, but I'm here for that. I'm all here for that energy. All right, the hawk, omens and messages. Pay attention to the messages that you're receiving, right? Omens, guides, signs, synchronicities. Again, you guys are my most spiritual pile. There's a lot of messages in here. If you're seeing repeated signs, symbols, synchronicities, animals, insects, whatever it is, pay attention to that, because they have messages here for you, right? Bottom of the deck, the Lady of the Lake. absolute truth, courage, self-respect, responsibility. This is your energy throughout the year. This is your energy throughout the year, right? Knowing who you are, standing in your truth, standing in your sovereignty, being the best person for yourself, respecting yourself, honoring your path, and then reflecting that back out to others, whether they understand it or not. So they're going to be giving that back to you, right? This is you standing in your truth, knowing who you are. You don't need people to validate you, right? You're already validated because you're a child of the divine. Don't ever forget that. This all 144. Part of the 144,000, that's an activation code as well. Go deeper. Like I'm telling you, go deeper. All right, let's get a final message from my beautiful pile number 3. Thank you, angels and gods. Wow. I love it. First of all, bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. The worst is over, right? You're leaving the hardest time behind. It's done. It's over with. You did it. You dealt with it. It's done. It's done, right? Got her back to the darkness. We're moving towards the motherfucking sun. It's like that going forward card we had early on, right? That's it. That's it. All right. But we had the Queen of Cups come out, right? I love this for you guys. So beautiful, super mature, emotionally mature, tapped in, intuitive, open hearted, right? This is who you are. Tapping into your intuition is going to be your saving grace this year, right? So really tap into your intuition, open your heart, allow yourself to receive from the divine, allow yourself to be unconditionally loved, allow that to be reflected out into the universe, allow yourself to receive love, keep your heart open, tap into your emotions, don't run for them, right? Your emotions are your GPS from your soul. Tap into it, open it. It's going to lead you, it's going to bless you. Some of you, again, with this energy work, with your hand chakras, might be getting activated at this time, as well as your third eye. And then look at that, we got a crown up top, right? So your hand chakras, your third eye, your crown chakra can be super activated at this time. We had a lot of red energy come up during this reading as well, so make sure you guys stay grounded, right, with your root chakra connected to Gaia. She's here to support you, right? This is going to be a powerful, powerful year for you guys. Powerful year. You're going to be up-leveling your spirituality in ways that, like, I can't even mention, ways that I can't even probably comprehend yet. I'm just so excited for all of you. And please definitely comment below and tell me where you're at, what you're doing, what's been happening, how it's working out for you, all the things. Because I'm here for all of you guys. All right. Anyway, I have taken enough of your time. But know this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Happy New Year, first of all. And I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. This is an amazing year for you. I'm so excited. Power number 3. Definitely, definitely do not shy away from all that you were created to be, because you're on this path and you're on this mission for a reason. It's time for you to remember who and whose you are. It's time for you to change this world, and starting by changing yourself. Okay? Love you. Love you. Love you. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2023. Later.